Councilwoman Rhodes.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call to order this regular session of the Vienna City Council. Having taken roll and having a quorum, we will proceed. Before we get into our agenda this evening, we have a couple of recognitions that we get to celebrate and be a part of today. The first one is Miss Julia Blair. If you'll come up, please. Will you read that? So before he reads the proclamation, I want to say that, when each of us determine in an elected position that we're going to come in and we're going to serve our community, that's what we decide to do. We make a commitment to serve. Whether people like the ideas or don't like the ideas, or we represent everybody equally. And we do so with a spirit of community in that. Vienna is blessed that we have a number of volunteers throughout our community that do just that. They also serve our community fair and impartially and do it with that spirit of community service. Julia has, over the past years, shown that in her actions, in her attitude, in the things that she has done, has represented the city of Vienna. And tonight, it's a great honor and privilege to be able to do this for you and to recognize your years of service and the years of service that you're going to continue to have. So, Mr. Skogstad.
This is a proclamation, forever Miss Holliday's Queen, City of Vienna, West Virginia. Whereas the City of Vienna has marked the Christmas season with holidays, a community tradition that combined the pageantry, lighting, and Christmas parade into a celebration of both joy and service. And whereas the holidays pageant crowned young men and women as ambassadors of the city, reminding all that the measure of royalty is found in service to others. And whereas the holidays tree lighting brought families and neighbors together with music, fellowship, and the warmth of the season. And whereas the holidays Christmas parade not only filled Grand Central Avenue with lights and decorated floats, but also gathered donations for those in need, symbolizing the charitable spirit that supports all organizations which serve the needs of others in our community. And whereas Julia Blair, through her character, service, and dedication, embodied the values of holidays during her time as Miss Holliday's Queen, setting an example of generosity and goodwill. And whereas with the retirement of the holidays celebration, it is right and proper to honor Julia Blair as a lasting representative of what this event has meant to Vienna. Now therefore be it proclaimed that he, Chad Emmerich, Mayor of the City of Vienna, on behalf of the Vienna City Council and the citizens of Vienna, do hereby recognize and honor Julia Blair as the forever Miss Holliday's Queen for her enduring representation of the joy, service, and charitable spirit of the Vienna Holidays tradition.
I have never crowned a queen before. And you wore shoes that made you taller than me almost, I think. So I'm going to step up here and you'll step there. We are going to make sure that this stays on. Don't laugh too hard, we don't want it to fall. There you go. Congratulations. This is now a forever title. You can never lose it or be taken away in that. So we present you with the signed proclamation that you heard Mr. Skogstad read. You do have a sash on the way. But, other council members, we all got really excited about this, and we put it on the agenda before I got the sash. So it is coming, and you will have that, but you do have your crown and your proclamation. So is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm honestly just so honored. I'm gonna get emotional. I've lived here all my life, and I'm excited to represent the city. And honestly, no one can take a volunteer away from anybody. So my words of advice is go out and volunteer, and you'll always be gifted in different kinds of ways.
Congratulations.
Oh, and MJ was
was her Girl Scout leader.
Oh, well, come on. Look, we've got plenty of film. We can take pictures all night.
We can take pictures of mine.
I'm so proud of my Girl Scout. She was in 3rd grade.
Well, here, you take them first.
Well, Larry, come on, you were like the 3rd grade fresh.
Come on, Larry, do you want to be in the picture?
Get posted anywhere, is it?
It will literally be posted everywhere. Everywhere it will
Go
be.
on that side.
Oh, that's great. 2 bald heads right beside. I know, right?
We're putting flyers on
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your new title and thank you for coming. All right, now we also get to celebrate a very spectacular occasion that very few people get to acknowledge, and we're here today to bring in another inductee into the Vienna Golden Society Club. This club represents those Vienna residents who have reached their 100th birthday. And we had our first inductee this past year, which happened to be my great-great-aunt, Verona, and now we get to induct another. So Virginia, if you would come forward, please. And all of your family can come with you. You don't have to come up alone. Everybody can come. Is anybody else? No, you're good?
Next door neighbors.
Well, it doesn't matter, you know.
It's all in the family.
It's all in the family, you know. Being family is relative, right?
Yes.
So it is a great honor and a privilege to be able to recognize you on this tremendous milestone that you have reached, and I'm sure that you could share story after story about the various changes that have gone on in Vienna and, you know, what it was like when you first came and what it looks like now. Lots of changes have taken place. But today it is my honor to present you Virginia C. Callahan in celebration of your 100th birthday, given this day on the 28th of August, 2025. You are a member now and forever will be a member of the City of Vienna Golden Society. And along with that, I get to give you a key to the city.
Oh my goodness.
Now, our city attorney has made me give this disclaimer. It doesn't actually open anything. Yeah, smart? You like that? Yeah, so, but you get your key to the city and your certificate, and you will be now a member of Vienna's Golden Society. So thank
It
you.
gives me a lot of love from Vienna.
Well, and that means a lot to us because that's why we do it. We love our residents, and we especially love our lifelong residents who choose to stay here through good times and bad, to raise families, to work. And you're a testimony to what a great city Vienna is through your dedication to us. So let me present you with your key.
Thank you
You
so
can
much.
come stand over here with us. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Is there anything you would like to say to, well, everyone here, and everybody in Vienna that's currently watching?
My husband was transferred here with his insurance company, and the thought was, and plans were, this was just a way to get more, learn more about the business and everything, because the manager was going to retire in Huntington, West Virginia. But you know, we came here, got to know so many people, and everything was so wonderful. We stayed 74 years.
is a pleasure to have you, and we thank you for allowing us to be a little bit of your celebration, which she officially turns 100 on the 31st.
Sunday.
So we will say happy birthday to you in our own little way on that day as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having her here. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You guys can go.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Unless you just want to stay.
There you go.
But we won't make you. You've got the key, you can get out now. Those are mine, thank you. All right, well, that's all the fun stuff out of the way for this evening. We had no one sign up for the public forum. The minutes have been printed, posted, and circulated. Are there any additions to the minutes? If not, let the minutes go on record as submitted. Moving on to new business. The first order of business on our agenda this evening is a resolution reappointing Barbara Joyce to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation. Mr. Skogstad.
This is a resolution approving the reappointment of Barbara Joyce, or in the alternative deleted names, to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna, Barbara Joyce, a resident of the City of Vienna, duly qualified, is hereby reappointed to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation. As for Vienna Municipal Code 13703, the alternate recommendation is deleted names, a duly qualified resident of the City of Vienna to fill the same term. Said term will end August 28th, 2028.
Do I have a motion to accept the resolution as read?
So moved.
I have a motion and a second.
Mr. Kiesler?
Yeah.
No motion that he was seconding.
Having a motion and a second. What was that? Yeah. Open for discussion? Is this where we grill Ms. Joyce on?
It is, absolutely.
This is it. Mr. Skogstad has some questions. They're unrelated to this appointment, but he has some questions.
I have a phone book under here.
That's it. Having a motion and a second and having no further discussion, all those in favor of approving Ms. Barbara Joyce for her continued tour on the Vienna Park Boards and Recreation signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, yet again. Moving on to our second item of business. This is a new appointment for M.J. Anson Lehman to the Vienna Park Board and Parks of Recreation.
This is a resolution approving the appointment of M.J. Asen Lemon, or in the alternative Anthony Thorpe, to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna, M.J. Asen Lemon, a resident of the City of Vienna, duly qualified, is hereby appointed to the Vienna Board of Parks and Recreation. As per Vienna Municipal Code 13703, the alternate recommendation is Anthony Thorpe, a duly qualified resident of the City of Vienna to fill the same term. Said term will end August 28th, 2028.
Do I have a motion to accept? I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Open for discussion.
Is she here?
She is. Would you like to come to the podium, please? And
Be grilled.
you can. Stop it. They're really kind. They really are. Before we ask any questions, let me just give you an opportunity to share why you wanted to be part of the Vienna Park Boards and Recreations. As council knows, and throughout the city, I sent a message and put out information for those individuals that were interested to submit their application, and we did receive several for that. It was agreed that your recommendation or the recommendation to bring you to council was in the best interest of the city. So tell us why you want to be and contribute in this fashion into this position.
Well, I've always loved nature, and when my kids were little, we did a lot of things outside. I was part of the Adventure Pursuit program, executive director for several years. So that's where they learned how to climb and swim and, kayak and all kinds of fun outdoorsy things. But I think my true beginnings of loving nature is in my scouting years when I was younger. So being away from them now, because we're empty nesters now, and have been very involved in their upbringing in elementary and middle school and even high school, I kind of miss all that. So I wanted to kind of jump back into the parks area because I love the outdoors, and I think I can bring a lot of fun kids programs to the plate and get our littles in our community something to do rather than look at their phone or their iPad, that kind of thing. But I also love Vienna as well and wanted just to be a part of the park program so I can enjoy the outdoors and kind of share what I know about nature itself.
MJ brings an extreme level of creativity and fresh ideas, I believe, to the table, which is something we all need in those specific areas. So with that, you've heard her description and why she desires to be a part of this. Now, for anyone to have any questions, go ahead.
So thank you for applying, and really appreciate you, coming out to serve the city in this capacity. You probably already know this. The Parks meets once a month. It's the second Wednesday of the month. Is that there's no schedule conflict with that? Is there to be able? Okay.
Nope, studio closes at 5. I'm good.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Anyone else have any questions for MJ? Having a motion and a second, and there's no further discussion, all those in favor of approving the resolution as written, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
MJ, do you know Barb?
I do, yeah.
I was going to say, she is obviously a huge wealth of knowledge. I didn't say seasoned or mature. I said learned. So feel free now if you'd like to reach out to any of the park board members. And you can reach out to any of the council members if you have any questions. Tony is our representative to the park board. So if you want to get together with him, and he can help bring you up to speed. No true words of no. He can bring you up to speed, but congratulations. We thank you for accepting this. We know that there are many areas that you could volunteer your time, and the city of Vienna is just grateful that you have chosen us to be one of those recipients of. So thank you. Moving on to the next item of business is a resolution consenting to the assignment of the TIF. Mr. Skogstad.
This is a resolution consenting to the assignment of the development agreement, commonly referred to as the TIF. Whereas the City of Vienna, West Virginia, the City and Grand Central Parkersburg LLC, a Delaware Limited Liability Company, Grand Central, entered into a development agreement dated as of December 10, 2020, the TIF agreement relating to the Vienna Grand Central redevelopment project as approved by ordinance adopted by the city. And whereas Section 804 of the TIF agreement provides that the development agreement may only be assigned by the owner of Grand Central upon the written consent of the city. And whereas Grand Central has requested the city's consent to the assignment of its rights and obligations under the TIF agreement to Coucil GC Mall LLC, an Ohio Limited Liability Company, Coucil. And whereas the City Council has determined that such assignment is in the best interest of the city and consistent with the purposes of the TIF agreement and the redevelopment project. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna as follows. 1. Consent to assignment pursuant to Section 804 of the TIF agreement. The city hereby consents to the assignment by Grand Central Parkersburg LLC of its rights and obligations under the TIF agreement to Coucil GC Mall LLC. 2. Effectiveness. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption.
Having heard the resolution, do I have a motion to accept? And a second? I have a motion and a second. Open for discussion.
Maybe just, Russ, would you mind just doing just a quick, brief kind of summary of why this is needed?
Well, It's my understanding that a transaction is underway involving the ownership of the Grand Central Mall. When we entered into the TIF agreement, and of course, if you recall, the TIF agreement was what helped facilitate the construction of the, I think it's four new businesses, 2 new businesses, PetSmart and so forth, at that section of the mall. And what the TIF did was it locked the appraised value or the assessed value of the property at a certain rate depending upon the year. And then the money, instead of being paid to the county in the form of taxes, was paid to finance or to help finance the construction of that project. So where we're at now is, with this agreement, if the city doesn't approve of the agreement or of this assignment, then it will stay with the original group that originally asked for and received benefit of the TIF. Now, without going too much into speculation, typically whenever you have these type of agreements, the city, or whoever the beneficiary is, or whoever has this right to prevent the assignment, could use this as an opportunity to get some type of leverage or gain or what have you. But in this instance, I'm not aware of how the city would benefit in any way by holding up the process. So what this does is just allows the TIF agreement to continue. It allows a new purchaser of the property to receive the benefit of the TIF that was negotiated by the original recipient. And, it's like when you buy a building. If you've ever had a business, you buy a building and the building has a business in it, and they've got a lease. So you buy that building and you understand that the lease is going to come with it and that you're going to have to basically honor the terms of that lease. It's kind of like that. The TIF is with the property. We can say no, which could affect the sale of the building. I'm not saying that it will or it won't, but it could. I don't see any benefit to the city to hold up the process by not approving or allowing for the assignment. So I guess, does that answer your question, Mr. Morris?
Thank you. And Mr. Skogstad.
Oh, I apologize. It's okay, it's Skogstad, it's fine. You're fine.
I have one question,
Yes.
and maybe you said it and I missed it because I was writing down. How long does this TIF last?
Oh gosh, I didn't pull the terms of the agreement. My recollection is it's up to 15 years.
Okay.
But I don't want to be married to that number. That's just what I'm recalling. I was just looking at this.
I didn't write that down.
Any other discussion? Having motion and a second and no other discussion, all those in favor of passing the resolution as written, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Moving on to item number 4 is a resolution for the city of Vienna to participate in another opioid settlement process. Mr. Skogstad, if you would.
This is a resolution of the City of Vienna, West Virginia, authorizing participation in the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy plan, the Sackler family settlement, and additional opioid defendant settlements. Whereas the City of Vienna has previously pursued claims against opioid manufacturers, distributors, and related entities for their role in the opioid crisis. And whereas the National Opioid Litigation Consortium has provided notice of pending deadlines regarding the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy proceedings, the Sackler family settlement, and settlements with 9 additional opioid defendants, Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikmet, Indivior, Mylan, Sun Pharma, Zydus, and Sandoz. And whereas the city's opioid council has recommended that we vote to participate in said proceedings, and whereas the consortium has strongly recommended that political subdivisions 1 vote yes on the Purdue Pharma plan for organization, 2 sign the governmental entity settlement agreement, the GESA, to release the Sackler family, and 3 participate in all 9 additional opioid settlements, including the Sandoz settlement where applicable. Whereas settlement funds received must be used for opioid abatement purposes to benefit the community. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Vienna that 1, the City of Vienna hereby authorizes participation in the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy settlement, including a vote in favor of the Purdue plan of reorganization, and directs the mayor or his designee to submit the required vote to the National Consortium by the stated deadline. 2, the City of Vienna further authorizes execution of the governmental entity settlement agreement with respect to the Sackler family settlement, and directs the mayor or his designee to complete and submit such agreement by the September 30th, 2025 deadline. 3, the City of Vienna further authorizes participation in the 9 additional opioid settlements, including submission of all participation forms by October 1st, 2025, and authorizes participation in the separate Sandoz settlement if the city is eligible. 4, the mayor, city attorney, and other designated city officials are authorized and directed to take all actions necessary to effectuate the intent of this resolution, including execution and submission of forms, agreements, and authorizations through DocuSign, email, or other means as required. 5, this resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption.
Having heard the resolution, do I have a motion to accept?
Moved.
Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second, open for discussion.
I guess I just have a question more than a discussion. I'm assuming this is this going to be related to some of the other opioid settlement stuff that's already been going on, or is this something completely separate?
You can address that.
It's related to it. I mean, all of our, we're part of several different, I guess, groups of litigants that are dealing with this. I think the majority, if not all, of the West Virginia municipalities are participating in one way. The county commissions or the counties are participating in another way. And this is just part of that. There's a lot of moving parts that are happening, I guess, in the distance. I don't know how else to say it. And our attorneys who are handling the litigation are recommending that we participate in this. And to be frank, the city is elected to participate in the opioid litigation. I don't want to say it's free money, because it isn't. Money's never free. But we've done this with little to no cost directly to the city of Vienna. So while the city has had to expend funds to deal with the opioid crisis, this is just one of the only avenues that we have to pursue recovering some of those extra costs that we've endured because of the opioid crisis that West Virginia has had that we've all had to deal with. And so that's really all this is. If you want more detail, my recommendation would be to talk to the attorneys that are directly handling the litigation. But this is what the attorneys have advised us they think is the best course of action. So yes, it is. There's lots of different things going on, and this is part of, what's the line from the song? I don't.
This gets us to the table should anything come of it.
It allows us to continue to participate with these groups.
Thank you.
I'll note my abstention in the vote, since I'm the attorney that got us into this at the request of Councilman Leach in the last term. I don't think there's any problem for me to vote, but since I'm the attorney and I will get some portion of the opioid fees, they don't distinguish, I don't think, what comes from Vienna, I'll abstain from the vote.
If you're going to abstain from the vote, then do you feel that maybe it's better if you just step out for the rest of the discussion and the vote?
What? I'm just abstaining.
Okay, then that's fine.
I don't think it's a conflict or anything.
Okay.
I'm just abstaining from the vote.
That is your.
And if you have any questions, I'll be ready to answer.
I'm good. Having motion and second, having heard the resolution as submitted, and with no further discussion, all those in favor of accepting the resolution as submitted, please signify by raising your right hand.
I'm voting.
Note that it passes unanimously with one.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes. All right, moving on to the last item. This is the amending in ordinance in relation to the Vienna Play Streets. Mr. Skogstad.
This is and I'm not going to read the entire thing. You all have the complete ordinance in front of you. This is an ordinance amending section 31104 of the codified ordinances of the city of Vienna relating to driving on play streets. Whereas council finds it in the public interest to revise the regulations pertaining to designated play streets to balance pedestrian safety and neighborhood control. And this goes forward and just briefly sets out a different procedure, changes the play streets from being limited to through traffic to basically having a 15-mile-an-hour speed zone, continuing on with the duty of care. And I would point out the 15-mile-an-hour, turning them into a 15-mile-an-hour speed zone is the same as the speed limit that you have on schools in session. Makes an exception for emergency vehicles, and then just repeals the prior restrictions on the city, or on the traffic that's on the street. So there is one thing that I would suggest, and I went over this, I spoke with Mr. Morrison earlier, and obviously you'll have to move in second before we get to this point. But I actually went through, after speaking with Mr. Morrison, just so you know, my thought was, as Mr. Morrison pointed out, kids grow up and they move away, and then you have a play street that doesn't have any kids playing on it, and you still have traffic restrictions and so forth. And my thought when I drafted the revision to this was, we'll just take down the signs, and then it goes back to being a regular street. Mr. Morrison brought up that maybe we need to have a little more clear process to doing that, so I added an amendment, but let's decide if we're going to get to that point before we get to the amendment.
Having heard the resolution, do I have a motion to accept? I have a motion and a second. Open for discussion. This is where we would make the amendment.
Yeah. No, you have to make it.
You have to make it.
You want to make an amendment and then tell me to read it?
Well, I just, my thought was, and Mr. Skogstad kind of said it perfectly, if a family moves on, or if there's no longer kids in the street and we have this designated as a play street, do we need to have something in rid of the speed limit restriction? So that was the reason that I brought it up to Mr. Scott.
So what I added is in 31104 subparagraph A, or paragraph A, after the word designation, I added in the amendment that I had spoken with Ms. Morrison about. Authorize a street or portion thereof designated as a play street may remove such designation upon petition by not less than 80% of the abutting property owners and approval by council, or the mayor upon recommendations of the Vienna Police Chief may remove such designation without council approval. And Ms. Morrison, was that the amendment that you wanted to make?
Yeah, I will make a motion to.
I will second.
So the amendment's been motioned and seconded.
Do I have a motion to, no.
It's been moved and seconded.
We just have to vote. All those in favor of accepting the motion, okay.
We have this, oh, sorry.
Well, no, you can have discussion if you want.
Do we need discussion on it? Would you like?
On the amendment.
On the amendment?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, one is, there was a resolution earlier, so does that mean we have to cancel that resolution?
No, the way I was looking at it is it's going to be grandfathered. It's just, as far as the designation will be grandfathered, what is happening now is the designation of play streets being changed from saying you're limited to no through traffic unless you live there or you have business there. That's going to change. Those places will still be play streets. It's just it'll have a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit if it's posted.
So if I understood you correctly, it could be at the mayor's discretion or the police department's discretion?
Well, no, the mayor has to consult with the police chief, and then if the police chief says, well, we think that it's probably not.
Okay, so would that be communicated to council?
It can be.
Form of a resolution to make it, you know what?
Yeah, that doesn't,
You know what I mean?
it doesn't have to be. It's like, I was thinking about our stop sign ordinance. So we've had issues in the past with stop signs, right? So you have an intersection that is a problem. And my thought back then when we changed that ordinance was, we don't necessarily want to wait 2 weeks to have a council make a decision on whether there's a stop sign that may need to be placed in an area. So council amended that ordinance to allow the mayor, upon consultation with the police chief, to say, hey, we need stop signs. The mayor can put them up there. It doesn't take the authority away from council. You can still come to council and ask for the play street designation to be removed, but it just might make the process a little speedier.
Okay, and I agree with that, 100%, all right? I just want to make clarification.
Okay.
The second one I have is, if this passes, which I don't want to assume one way or the other, but the changes will be made for the second reading?
Yeah, it'll be final after the second, if it's approved after a second.
But that will include the language, so you'll need to send me another
I will send
ordinance,
you.
so I'll have it.
I have it right here.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Sorry
sir.
about that.
Oh, no, don't be sorry.
Any other discussion? So we're voting on the amendment
Yes.
currently.
Having a motion and a second on the amendment as written, all those in favor of accepting the motion, the amendment to the ordinance, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously.
Now we're moving to the amendment to deciding whether or not to approve the ordinance as it's been amended.
Having heard the discussion, is there further discussion on the overall ordinance as?
Yeah, just real quick, I just wanted to say kind of how we arrived here is, got the brain trust together and started asking some questions about,
He pointed this direction.
what if, cause, if you have a lot of people wanting to make their streets a play street, and all of a sudden you have a lot of streets in Vienna that aren't allowed to have through traffic on them, and that can cause problems. So I applaud the both of these guys up here for coming up with a solution, and I think it's going to work great. 15 miles an hour is definitely a slower speed than 25. So
It was a group effort. Any other discussion? Thank you for that, Tony. Any other discussion? Having none, having heard the resolution, all those in favor of accepting, or the ordinance as submitted, please signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes unanimously.
And I will send you a copy of the ordinance as passed with the amendments here in just a second.
Thank you.
There you go. Do we have any reports on standing boards or committees? Go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to give an update on the hockey rink. So we have the go-ahead. They finished the bridge construction, and right now we're just it's been kind of hectic because school started, and a lot of our volunteers that we had rallied to get the rink boards installed got busy with school and fall time sports. So we're still working on it. We're expecting to have them up there pretty soon. So we're just watch and see, but it should be happening pretty soon, so we get everybody kind of organized and rallied.
Awesome. Anyone else? None? Council comments? Just to let everybody, or remind everybody that this Monday, we will be closed for city operations, administrative operations on Monday in recognition of Labor Day. That will also be the last swim day of the season, and that is $1 admission to celebrate the end of summer and the end of a successful season. So anybody can attend the Jackson Pool and enjoy for $1. The YMCA has also, by their recommendation, all concessions that they have will be also sold for $1. So it will be dollar days at Jackson Pool. So come out and enjoy the very last swim day that we have, and it will be a wonderful experience, I'm sure. Any other council comments?
Yes.
Oh, they saw me pick up that gavel.
Oh, you. Go ahead. You sure?
I learned to be quick with that.
Mine just real quick. The American flags that was put up on
Oh, yes.
Grand Central is absolutely beautiful.
A special thanks to Craig Metz.
Great job.
Oh crap,
Craig
he's here.
Sears.
I didn't mean, no. Craig, they do look good. You guys did a great job. He picked those out and made the recommendation on that, and they look fabulous. So thank you.
I just wanted to bring up the senior center. I just wanted to bring everyone up to date. As everyone knows, Linda retired. Liz, who is now the manager, not sure her exact job.
Senior Services Coordinator.
Thank you. Of the senior center has been doing a fantastic job. They have taken inventory of everything. There are so many things that weren't being used anymore. Those things are going to be stored elsewhere or sold or auctioned off. There's going to be a library area. There's already a puzzle area for people that want to work puzzles. We're going to be meeting next week one day with the exercise instructors, looking at redoing the exercise schedule. Liz finishes her Tai Chi certification on Saturday. She has to do a demonstration with a master Tai Chi person. So then she'll be board certified and can start teaching that. So we're really looking forward to having some new things in. Luvia, who did a lot of the Zumba classes, we're down in Zumba classes really nicely. She's going to be getting a drumming certification to teach a drumming class, which is really good cardiovascular and muscle type thing. So really exciting, it's coming together. It's been a long process, as everyone knows, but yeah, it's great.
The upstairs of the facility has been completely rehabbed in a sense, and there's now access to a lot of cardio equipment, the reading areas, the puzzle areas, and those things. We do want to mention that they have a senior trip coming up to historic Roscoe Village. It's a day trip. They're taking the bus up, and they're going to go on a horse-drawn canal ride through that area. And there are a few seats left. There's a nominal fee for individuals to sign up for that. So those individuals that are 55 and older that would like to attend, you can reach out to the Senior Center, to Liz, or to Tammy, or to Teresa Smith in my office, and they can get you signed up. But it seems like it's going to be a fabulous day with that. Any other comments?
Horse-drawn canal ride?
Yeah.
Do the horses wear like life jackets?
They are specially taught to swim in the canal.
They're
So-
seahorses.
They're sea. Oh,
Yeah, we got a winner.
you got a winner. No, so you know, like the old canals, like they have in like Georgetown and DC or whatever. It's a canal ride that's drawn and pulled by these horses. There's a wonderful picture online if you'd like to see it. So it will be very enjoyable, I'm sure. If there's no other comments, this meeting stands adjourned.
Water